Hello everyone, and welcome to Pathologic 3. The wait is finally over, and thanks to Icepick Lodge and Hype Train Digital, I've been given super early access. Originally, I wanted to stream my first playthrough, but because of an embargo and how far away the release date is currently, I'm recording my first playthrough in advance. The version of the game I have my hands on is an early preview that lets us play up to day 9, which is a pretty good chunk of the actual game. Once all the current parts are uploaded, the plan is to livestream the finale, so keep an eye out for the announcement. Again, this is an early build, so it's subject to change. We're bound to run into a few bugs, but hopefully nothing too bad. I know for sure that some voice acting isn't finalized, and some cutscenes and videos are not of final quality. The point is that when you guys finally get your hands on the game, it should be even better than what you're seeing here. Anyway, I can wait no longer. Let's finally get into Pathologic 3. Okay, let's do Pathologic 3 Day 1.
I am Daniel Dankovsky, Bachelor of Medicine. All my life I have been studying death, the greatest boundary holding humanity back. The powers that be were frightened of my search. My lab in the capital was about to be closed. But it cannot be denied that some phenomena might be found only in the strangest, most remote parts of our country. Little towns that are yet to be explored by forward-thinking minds. People accept the supposed imminence of death way too easily. We meekly follow our life's path to it, like cattle to the slaughter. But we shouldn't. My search for immortality has brought me rumors of one Simon Kane, a supposedly immortal man living in one such town. He might be just the proof all my theories need. The final patient. I need to find him, or else all my life's work is doomed.
Holy shit. Okay. Interesting. Okay. That cutscene was very different from the last cutscene we previously saw, by the way. If you're unaware, there already was a demo that I did play through that was made available to us about a month or two ago now. That literally let us play through a portion of day 1. And through it, we did get to see that cutscene, but that cutscene was changed. That cutscene was changed quite a bit. There was a few new scenes thrown in there. There were new characters in there. I don't know if you saw it, but at the over in the Crucible, Simon Kine, I mean not Simon, whoops, Victor Kine was actually standing there in the cutscene. So cool. Also, the animation that played here was new. Daniel stepping off the train, and then the kids actually taking a sluggage. I probably should not be standing around and wasting time, but there is just a lot. There's just a lot. Aglaya is here. I was wondering if she would still be there in this version of the game. And she is, in fact. And it seems like Eva is also on the train right now as well. It's telling me to look at the mind map. Let's get that off of the screen. Mind map. My thoughts, conclusions, deliberations. To see the events of a specific day, press its number on the circle. So far, immortal man, Simon Kine, an alleged immortal, lives in this town. Understanding him is the only way to save my Thanatica. Are you chasing shadows again, Dankovsky? There was also new lines, new voice acting. I think that and new music in the cutscene I'm talking about. I think the entire cutscene might have been rewritten. I feel like Daniel said completely different things in that cutscene compared to the one we saw in the demo. Are you serious? I barely stepped off the train and my things were immediately stolen. Ah, the joys of rural life. Without my tools, I'm useless. I must find the prototype and the microscope. They're vital. Yeah, we got Freshman's Watch. Nika gave this to me on my first day at university. The inscription reads, Ad multos annos. The first part of, the first of thousands of Latin quotes we'll see throughout the Bachelor route. And Debutant, two-shot pistol designed by Jacques Debut. Tiny and non-threatening. I'm saving the last bullet for one particular purpose. Interesting that there's a bullet counter there. Maybe we can actually use it, which is something I didn't think would be the case. Well, let's go see Eva.
Some lenses make things larger, others make them smaller, and still others split them in two.
She looks different too. Maybe they changed some lighting and stuff within the final release. Cause like I said, we did play through this previously, and this just feels different. It just feels different. She looks a little different. So that's what you're like. Like what? You're restless. We hardly see anyone like that in our sleepy little town. Even the kinds have gone into hibernation as the years passed. How would you know what I'm like? I only just arrived. Your lips are tense, and you have the hands of a man who can't sit still. Besides, Simon told me to take a close look at you, and I always listen to him. Simon? Simon Kine? Simon Kine. He left you in my care. Said you'd be staying at my house. Oh, it has a name. The Stillwater. And this won't be the first time it's had guests. But most don't stay long. I think you will, though. I've already prepared everything. Most don't last long? Is that a threat? Of course not, silly. The Stillwater is just a very unique house. It used to be an observatory, and now people live inside. But it still longs for the heavens all the same. It draws something out of people. You'll see for yourself. Shall we? Why the hurry? Don't you want to find your belongings first? I won't disappear. I'll be waiting for you at home. Home. You said that so warmly. Still, that is a very weird scene that happens here. There's no reason Eva should be on this train, and then she just flashes out of existence. Eva. Simon was expecting me. A place was prepared at the Stillwater, the guest house, as far as I can tell. Alright. So, the demo we played through was this area in the station. Can I look at the map? We progress through here, and then it ends in, like, right about here. So I'm very curious to see what happens next. But I'm gonna take my sweet time. I want to see anything new, anything that could have changed. This feels different too. I think they must have... something is different about the models. Or the lighting, I think, that they've changed. I say, a living, breathing person stepping off our train? Do you normally only get dead people? Where did you come from? The capital. Daniel Denkovsky, Bachelor of Medicine. I am told a supposed immortal man, Simon Kine, lives here. I have come to study him. Right. Do you city folk always take 20 trunks of shirts with you? Or did you manage to cut down to 10, sir? Shirts? You dimwit, my equipment's in there. You even know what a microscope is? Let alone the one-of-a-kind anti-dispersion device prototype? Well, why didn't it make the kids disperse? It's an anti-dispersion. I mean, it's not for that. Any more than a microscope is for hammering nails, which the children are probably already doing while we stand here talking. Aye, hammering nails is usually best done with a hammer. It says so right in the name. Are you gonna help me catch the thieves or not, genius? It's just kids being kids. No need to be mean to them. Some kids? A hardened criminal couldn't make off with my luggage at such speed. I'm telling you, hands off the kids. You're new here, fresh off the train. You're new in town, so watch yourself and heed our customs. No constable or patrolman will chase after children for you. No street sweeper neither. Are you serious? Right now? Why not? Because the kids have their own thing going. Their own empire, you see. I'm not going to mess with it. And if you find someone to do it for you, it's your funeral. Or rather theirs. Although they wouldn't get a funeral. The town would simply break them. Well, the tower would simply break them. Ooh, what tower? The polyhedron. Well, that surely clears it up. You know what? If you need your shirts so badly, why don't you go looking for the tots that ran away with them? Just ask them nicely. These kids are like magpies. They'll trade you precious linens from the capital. They'll trade you precious linens from the capital back in exchange for bits of colored glass, or even just a story. But whatever you do, don't hurt them. Why would I have bits of glass? I just about have one on my watch face. I may have to waste time on this both literally and figuratively. Say, is the capital a real place? What kind of question is that? The kinds come from the capital and made our town, but no other real people have come here from there ever since. So I was thinking, perhaps Simon Kind simply made up the capital, along with everything else. Right, sure, and I'm just an actor he hired. Reasoning. This is also something we got to see a small taste in from the demo. Sometimes I need to take a step back from the moment and think logically through something. It helps me piece the picture together. There's a typo. It helps me piece the picture together. Let's go with that. This town gave me a warm welcome, didn't it? How am I supposed to do research without tools? Follow the thieves' trail of ripped suitcases. The most important thing is the microscope and the experimental prototype. Utopia, open mind map. Ooh, I actually really enjoy the way the thought bubbles are coming onto screen there on the left side. Utopia, such a serene place. If immortality still exists in our country, it would be here. No help at all. Locals treat children with a strange deference. I'll have to catch the thieves myself. New shoes may introduce you to Station Mud. Utopia. Okay. I wasn't expecting a welcoming parade or anything, but he could at least look up at me, no? Ah, a sweeper. A classic element of provincial serenery. Well, here's my luggage, or what's left of it. Attentive gaze. Some objects can be useful. I can spot them easily if I concentrate. Loot. Some bromide. I think that's about all. Okay, that just sent me into mania. The fact that my stuff has been stolen. I seem to have packed a lot of documentation, books, and a very important hourglass. Hey, eyes on us. The thief's seen us. The thief? Mr. Thief? Are you for real? Say something in thief speak. What do you mean, Mr. Thief? You're the ones who stole my things. Thief! Thief! You stole the train's heart, you did. Just ripped it out and stole it. And now it'll die without a heart. I haven't ripped out anything. Did the train stop? It did. Doesn't move no more. Not moving means it's dead. You climbed out and it died. That means you killed it. Thiefist thief. Your logic is indisputable. You would be held in high regard at the academy, young man. Aha, that's what I'm always saying. I'm real smart. And Yuta says I'm silly. Listen, boy, enough jokes for today. I've come to this town on important business, which I cannot conduct without my microscope and my prototype. Please return them to me. Hey, hold on. No need for all the begging and the politeness. What did I even do to you, anyway? I didn't take nothing. It was all Jetchka. My microscope and prototype are precise, delicate instruments. If they break, they'll only be scrap metal and glass. They'll just die, like the train. You don't want that, do you? I don't. Then tell me where Jeshka's taken them. Uh, Jeshka's taken the heart back to go fix the train. That way, to its face. Am I a snitch now, Mr. Thief? Of course you are. You'd fit right in at the academy, just like Tellman. I can't wait to finally figure out who Tellman is. Bromide split open, lithium split open, magnesium split open, damn it all to hell. My head's splitting open from the local air. Is there anything remaining? Just a beetle. Some arthropods live forever, others not even a day, but to children, they're all one thing. Shiny. I'll take a beetle. All this stuff will be very useful eventually. The most fragile ones didn't break. So, do I care about collecting the rest of this? The rest of my knocked over luggage? Calomel, valerian extract, camphor. I mean, I'm already going a little manic. Some odongs. Here's another one. My inventory is already almost full. You must be Jechka. Hey, back off you. Get away from the girls, and from me too. I ain't afraid of Uncle Roan when he boozes up, and I ain't afraid of you neither. I've got a knife. You can't hurt us, got it? My nerves are hanging on by a thread this thin. Do you want to see what happens when it finally snaps? Your hands are shaking and you got those crazy eyes. Uncle Roan gets those too, when he reaches for a second bottle. And the shakes, and then he picks fights. But don't even think about picking a fight with me. I got a real knife, I do. What the hell are you babbling on about? And Jessica's got one. We've all got knives, actually. Oh, I get it now. Let me calm down, and then we'll talk like normal. Frightening extremes. It's hard for me to talk to people when I'm too apathetic or manic. I'll need to stabilize my condition first. Sorry, kids. Let me take some drugs first. That's what I should be doing. Head swing. My state of mind can be changed with drugs. Some make me more apathetic, others more manic. I need to keep an eye on my mental state and supply of drugs. Some broma. Ooh. This is new. This, UI.
So be it.
Some bromide will do us well. Nuh-uh. It's quiet. It's dead already. A dead heart keeps beating for 40 days. That's what my mom says. It couldn't have been dead that long. Do it. Tack it on. It won't fit in there. It just won't. Told you we should stuck it in the belly, not the mouth. Life's in the belly. Everyone knows that. Nope. A locomotive's life sits in the front, with the driver. That's where the fire is, so the heart should be too. That's what Boulder told me. What do you have there? Oh, my prototype. Looks like it's still intact. Ah, begone, vile snake! You killed the other trains, didn't you? It's 'cause of you they don't come to us no more. We were wondering, and we don't know why they keep dying. We got a whole graveyard. They're all rusted up, and they can't go anywhere. And it's all because of you. You stole the train's heart for yourself, and carried it away in a suitcase, and now the train's all dead. What gives you the idea that my prototype is a train's heart? Well, it's made of iron, isn't it? And it's round. And if I tinker with it, it ticks. Yeah. That means it's a heart. A train's heart. Or my damn prototype, which you're going to break any minute now. Without it, the train stopped wailing, stopped moving too. That means it's dead. So this is its heart. Obvious, right? Well, that's a bit simplistic. Response to stimuli is just one characteristic of life. It's not exhaustive. What are the others? Mortality. Before, trains came every week, then it was every 2 weeks, now it's every 2 months or even less. And they don't leave ever, they just lay there and wait. It's because of the war. No, it's because they don't love us no more. But if we heal this one, they'll love us again, and they'll come back and bring meringues. That's a very interesting point from a meta-narrative. Maybe the trains don't come no more because the powers that be don't stop by to play with them anymore, or as often as they used to. Look, my prototype is not the train's heart, and it certainly won't repair it, but it is an interesting thing in itself. So let's make a deal. You give it back, and I'll tell you how it works. I don't know. And there'll be a damsel in distress in the story, of course. Will she be pretty? Look here. Let me take the prototype. I won't run away. I promise. To wind it up, you need to turn the handle clockwise. Now to the capital. 2 weeks ago. Hello, Platon.
Like old Professor Luria, he used to say, every cobbler should stick to his last.
To prime it, hold this crank and turn it clockwise. Chief? Hello? Oh, for crying out loud. Your mind's flown away again. Prime the what now? This morgue is swimming in a gas leak from Lab 102. I heard the alarm. That's right, I pulled the alarm because of the chlorine from Lab 102. Anyway, the crank is stiff, so you'll have to turn it with some force. Platon, are you crazy? There's a gas leak. What did you call me in here for? We have to seal the morgue and evacuate quickly. No, Daniel, what we have to do is load that prototype you're fiddling with, and use it to get into the morgue. A woman rose from the dead in there. And it will be, I think you'll agree, extremely frustrating if she dies again. We must get her out. Risen? From the dead? I was collecting tissue samples to determine the onset of rigor mortis when I heard a noise. I turned, and holy smokes! A woman was sitting up on the gurney, stiff as a poker, rasp in her throat. I started toward her, but then I smelled the gas and pulled the alarm lever. So why not get her yourself? Why call for me? We don't have a second to waste. What do you mean call for you? I fetched the prototype and I was loading it when you came in. You're more dexterous than I am. You'd do a better job. But I'm willing to do it if you won't. The best of us always get sent into the gas. We learned that back at Bazen. What should I do with this device? This prototype, I think you called it. I already told you, but fine, let's go over it again. You're holding an experimental prototype meant to dissipate tuberculosis miasma. Remember the consumption task force? Kaufman, Gorski, Anna Stein? Of course I remember. In the wake of Bazen, they were commissioned to make a device to dissipate miasma, but I believe it was meant for something other than tuberculosis. This magnificent gizmo disperses an aerosol of disinfectant. First, you load the prototype. There's bottles of solution in the beige cabinet. Best set it on the table while you load it. You can't do it while you're holding it. I load it, then what? Next, you wind the prototype up. To prime it, hold this crank here and turn it clockwise. And then I just release the contents into the gas? Correct. Wind up the crank, then release. The gas should dissipate. Theoretically. Wind, release, dissipate. Repeat until you reach our resurrected. Just remember, the chlorine will keep coming while our supply of solution is finite. Just try to be as efficient as possible, Chief. And what about the deceased woman? Where is she now, and in what state? The formerly deceased woman, Chief. Before the gas becomes too thick to see through, she was sitting on a gurney at the opposite end of the morgue. From there, I know as little as you do. She may have gone back to being deceased. The chances are infinitesimal, but if we really are dealing with a spontaneous resurrection, and if we lose the patient, I'm going to commit some crime against humanity. Okay. Well, let's ready the prototype. Pneumatics with the mechanical priming. Clears the miasma in front of it. One load is good for 20 uses. To load the prototype, I need a stimulant, an anesthetic, and a toxin. They should be here in those beige cabinets. Add the ingredients one by one into the setup and heat it up. Should be enough for 20 uses. Load the prototype. Before you can use the prototype, you need to load it. The ingredients are in the cabinet. The loading station is on the table. Anyway, this looks like Plague, but it's just a placeholder tutorial. We got to see this in the previous demo as well. Load the prototype. The disinfectant solution consists of 3 ingredients, a stimulant, an anesthetic, and a toxin. I need to put the items in the slots, then press the load button. Alright, prototype successfully loaded. It should be good for a little longer. Hold left click to charge. Got it.
Cheer up, Chief. Want to hear that grey hair joke again? The one you love so much.
That's interesting. Can characters just talk now without engaging in conversation? Usually they say a line or two when you engage in dialogue, but he just said that on his own. Well, let's go find this spontaneous resurrectee. Gotta pass through the totally not plague first, though. They definitely removed some of these not plague clouds from the demo. Hello. Are you death? You have death's eyes. I have the eyes of a man who just walked through 40 meters of poisonous gas without protective goggles. At the end of the tunnel, there's a second tunnel. Can you hear me? Focus on me. Hold on to my voice. Try to stay awake. At the end of the tunnel, there's a second tunnel. What does that mean? It means that when you die, there's neither life nor death, but something else entirely. Like a coin falling on its edge. Or a Mobius strip. You shouldn't concern yourself with such things, though. Can I have my prototype back? Take it. It spins all boring. Clockwise only. Grandpa Simon has clocks that spin every which way. Besides, the train's already dead. Couldn't save it in time. Grandpa Simon? You mean Simon Kine? I'm here to meet him, actually. We've only got one grandpa between us. What are those special clocks he has? I'm sick of this game. Go away. We're gonna play cat and old hat. We still have time before the sun sets. Wait, what about my microscope? I'll trade you another tail for it. We didn't take your microscope. Where is it then? If my prototype is my right hand, the microscope is my left. I can't collect data without it. The dogheads must have taken it. Khan and Notkin got a deal. All the war spoils get split down the middle. They don't care about hearts. Not in any of their many faces. Why would they need another one? What does your microscope do? Is it alive? Dogheads, Khan, and Notkin? A heart and a face? I don't understand a single word. That's 'cause you're kinda silly, mister. Those are all simple words. Right, I suppose you passed my belongings along to some other gang, and I need to go to them to get my microscope back. Am I right? Khan must have given it to Capella as a gift. Are you stupid? After what happened to that stained glass? No, Khan wouldn't have given it to her. If it's something that changes things when you look through it, he must have given it to Grandpa Simon. Grandpa Simon loves things like that. Khan wouldn't give it to anyone. Not before he looks at it himself, or after either. But he's honest, even if he's wicked. He'll give it back to the owner. If you can find him in town, he'll deal fair. Where can I find him? Well, if they brought your kaleidoscope into the polyhedron, you won't see it again. No use looking there. Try the stairways to heaven. The dogheads like them. Think they look like the polyhedron. There's one right here in the maw. You know, after this conversation with its Capellas, Khans, polyhedrons, I'm beginning to see the shape of the world you live in. It sounds complicated, but it can't be worse than human anatomy, can it? Got the prototype. Lost the microscope. The second tool was stolen by a different gang of children. I'll have to search the town for it. Not the guided tour I hoped for. Got the prototype. In the capital, it just seemed like an amusing trinket, but I'd hate to lose a unique invention, especially one so dear to Platon. Ooh, Odong. Will you speak with me? Yeah. What's wrong with him? Is it a costume or disfigurement? Smells of rotting soil. NAB Bishop, NAB Bishop. I see they're making preparations for some kind of festival at the station. Go away, Snake Man. You've got sharp heels. Some kids ran through here with my belongings. Did you see them? We gaze at the earth. Do not pull us away from the earth. Then I shall not presume to divert your attention any further. Lumpy man added to the mind map. I've heard of an elephant man. Is this the worm man, then? I've only seen such poor, disfigured creatures in an anatomical theater. Oh, I know who's been through here. Our favorite healer. Jacob Sturk. Kirik, and what was his name? Bertie. Bertrand. Such a harmless fellow he was. Never hurt a fly in his life. And the Ripper slashed him to ribbons like the rest of them anyway. The brute. We must give these unfortunate souls the proper burial they deserve, then find the Ripper, and give him a burial befitting a beast. Kuleki. Kunud. Do not act rashly. Give Kirik to me. I'll pay you back, in kind, in herbs, in blood. What happened here? The Ripper's come to town, the father killer. Brah. He was always a wild one, but then Mara Shabnak lay with him in the steppe and whispered things in his ear to make him water the earth with blood. As soon as he got off the train, he went on his murder spree. He killed Jacob Sturk. He killed Kirik. He killed the harmless Bertie. He's a monster. I thought I had come alone, or almost alone, but I definitely don't recall a mad Ripper on the train with me. He arrived on the freight train, took the back door, like a thief in the night. That freight train was bringing medicine, sweets, and coffins, so the Ripper must have hid away in a coffin, or else Shabnak would have torn him apart in the steppe. You just said that Shabnak copulated with him, but now he's hiding from her in a coffin? Only 2 sentences in this conversation, and I already want to shoot myself. Uyante, hear me out. Blood of my Urdur. Suok sings of fierceness, a sharpness, inside the one you call Kirik. Give his body to me. He is dead to you anyway. You will bury him, and he will rot away until nothing is left. I will bury him, and Suok will eat him, and drink his savagery, and his sting, and sing an Ubhene Dun, an herb song, in gratitude. She'll give us twire, and we'll brew lots of twirine? She will give us ashen swish, the harshest of the herbs. By Kalinneb, ashen swish is a cruel herb, a bad herb. It thrives on blood and spite. Suok sings that we will need plenty of swish soon. Yours is a burial into emptiness, but mine will be a burial into Suok's womb. I am at your feet. Ayan Kunud. Good people. Give me the one you call Kirik. Should we give her the body, maybe? He didn't seem to have any family, and without them in the picture, I guess it doesn't matter if we bury him or the kin do. Who knows? Suppose we do get a good crop of twire. I was under the impression that who buries who actually matters quite a lot in traditional cultures. But they aren't just going to bury him, they'll desecrate him, until not even a Shabnak can recognize what's left. That's what you're going to do, isn't it? Isn't it, step-girl? Say it, and don't you dare try to lie to us. I am at your feet, Hayan Kunud. Good people, I promise there will be no desecration. We will take his name so it holds his sharpness no longer, and we will lower him into Suok's womb. Everyone will forget him, forget the wicked murderer Kirik, and only Ashen Swish will remain. I knew there was a catch, wicked or not. You can't just bury a person without their name. Everyone has the right to be remembered, if nothing else. But he really was a wicked man. The rare times someone remembers him at all, they never have anything good to say. Perhaps it's for the best if everyone forgets him. They'll take the name of this Kirik? What's that mean? A touch of our eyes, a touch of our fingers, and the name melts away. The one they used to call Kirik will become a gift to Suok instead. He will have no grave, and there will be no man in the memory of the people. Speak to me no more, stranger. Your words are poison. I must admit that clarified nothing. Let's hand over the body. I'd rather avoid falling out with the kin. It will only lead to more trouble down the line. What do you think, stranger? You certainly look important. Maybe you have some brains to back it up. The body of a victim who met a violent end must be withheld for the purposes of forensic examination, even if a beautiful woman asks otherwise. Death came to this town today. Such great death, the likes of which have never been seen before. Today will be a fearsome day, tomorrow even more so, and on the third day, fear itself will die, and without ash and swish, we will die too. I came to this town today, that's all that matters. For now, at least. Golem of Bones. Ripper. Golem of Bones. The locals believe in a Shabnak, a murderous step golem in the guise of a woman. It's like I've stepped out of time, not just traveled far from home. A murderer came to town alongside me. Luckily, I'm prepared to fight to death. Luckily, I'm prepared to fight death in all of its guises. Well, we should be going down there, but there is something I have to check. Yeah, that was fixed. If you know, you know. Anyway, lots of coffins over here. And our good old friend Grief. I didn't expect to find an ordinary girl behind this pile of coffins. One Grief. I despise hustlers and courtroom vultures. The Academy adores them.
Many who sleep well speak ill.
Would you look at that? A customer. Keep walking, customer. This shop's appointment only. And I don't recall your name on the list. From a distance, they looked just like coffins. What did? Just the coffins. I couldn't believe there were so many. I thought I was dreaming. There can never be too many coffins. Quit trying to scare us. Better yet, have a look. We've got plenty of shops in town, but our warehouse keeper here can get it for you wholesale. Just look at these boots he snagged. Scarlet. They're pretty. Are they from the capital? From a coffin. A coffin's the best when you need a chest. A checkpoint guard wouldn't dare open it up out of respect. It's inhumane. Meanwhile, silver flowing with 100 pairs of scarlet Saffiano leather boots, tax and duty-free. So you smuggle contraband in coffins. You a tax inspector? I can't imagine a duller job. Keep your nose out of other people's coffins, then. Once someone goes in, who knows what happens? Maybe they never died. Maybe they never existed at all. Of course, if I start poking around coffins, how will you exploit the public's fear of death for your smuggling operation? We've met Grief. This town lives on imports. So here, the warehouse keeper is king. He says the contents of coffins are not always what they seem. I wonder. Maybe that's a hint to the future. We should search coffins. You never have too many coffins. Birdies, birdies. Birdies, birdies. Gather ye here, round the marble nest. They're imported here. Why? I suppose there aren't many trees in the steppe. Well, let's move on. Ma, it's safe here for now. Material world. The mind is affected by interactions with specific objects. They're easy to spot if you concentrate.
could use some quiet.
Alright, it's time for the festival. Let's see, you guys can have a chat with me. Boo-ha, my good little bull. Blunt mouths, broad-browed. Please, forgive us. You're silly, Urze, and you always have been. He's returning to Bostero, to Bodo. We are leading him into the bosom of his mother and father. Why are you asking him for forgiveness? Because Bostero is dead, Aina. The little bull's whole life, he didn't know what the most beautiful creature, the immortal Bostero, was waiting for him. And now that he knows Bostero is dead, Uho will find his father's silent corpse. How can we not pity him? Who died? Bostero, the father of all Katange, people and bulls. We asked Suok to bring him back. You're the silly one, Aina. Suok didn't eat Bostero. How could she? He's bigger than her, stronger than her. The immortal can't be killed. He chooses death himself. We ask Bostero to change his mind and come back with us, his children. What a coincidence. You're burying an immortal, and I came to study one. All immortals are one immortal, Kari-kun. For death is always one. Therefore, the immortal is always one. Is Bostero what you call Simon Kine? Bostero is the father of all Katange people and bulls. Oh, how can I explain? We brides walk barefoot so that we may always hear his heart. Tonight, it stopped beating. His children are afraid without their father. So we ask him to respond, but I feel he has died. A fang or a claw was thrust into him. I feel the wound bleeding. Rust has soaked into him. I feel the rot squelching underfoot. Quiet, both of you. You know nothing. Bostero can die only from gloom. We will cheer him up, feed him, and show him our joy. We will bring the last Aurochs to his bosom. Then he will remember us and return to us. Clearly your Bostero is mythologum, but it must have come from Basis. I wonder what. Mother Bodo is a blind, loving mother, the warmth of the earth. But Bostero not only bore us, he watched over us. We lived under his watch. Now the town is without a beholder. Azaglag Kun. We're all blind worms now. Murgar. Bad. A worm is a worm. A human is a human. A human is meant to see, to build. Look around, beholder. What do you see? That Simon Kine's immortality will most likely turn out to be superstitious nonsense, too. You haven't looked closely. Go further, see our celebration. Look at the last Aurochs. What do you see in all this? Tell Guuga afterwards. How could I forget Guuga? An Auroch is a big bull, right? I'll look whether I want to or not. There's a mirror. Smashing it could be important.
Who's staring at me through the looking glass?
Must break all mirrors. Cool. Plague flashback to a plague that hasn't happened yet. Oh, there's the Auroch. Are you Guuga? My eyes touch you, beholder. What was that? I just saw some sort of... What did you see, beholder? I saw rot and plague miasma spreading from a carcass, and a sanitation squad burning it with fire. That was tomorrow. That will be yesterday. Were those anxiety-induced visions of a terrible future, perhaps? Thank you for your vision, beholder. You see more widely than others. We will remember this. If you see something else unexpected, don't be afraid. It's just the eyes adjusting to our current place and time. Keep moving forward. I haven't even done anything yet, but I'm already helping. What a stand-up guy I turned out to be. Visions of the future, then. gonna be a bleak future. A terrible future. I wonder, in the demo they also didn't let you wander off. Yeah. But yeah, that still kills you. Well, I've lost some health now. Well, let's not wander into the future. We wouldn't want to mess around with time now, would we?
The fence is as guilty as the thief.
Hello, Mark. Ah, there you are. Finally, I thought you'd forgotten our agreement. I hope you're ready. Have you memorized your lines? What lines? I told you, sir, we cannot trust this fool. He is not fit to be our leading man. He stands and stares, forgets his lines. I know of other men who play better parts. Wait, is this really the guy? Looks about the same, but the outfit's all wrong. Did our guy wear a coat? This costume is more suited to an antagonist. Funny fashion advice from a man in a bird suit. Looked in a mirror lately? What delightful cheek! Never have I seen such arrogance all in one person. Sir, you are just what the doctor ordered. I am Mark Immortal, director of the local theater. Pleased to meet you. And you are? Daniil Dinkovsky, doctor. Just arrived from the capital. Magnifico! You see, the actor we've been waiting an eternity for has decided to sabotage the rehearsal. You would do us a massive, titanic favor by replacing him, even if just for a little while. Of course, I'd be delighted to. I've dreamt of acting on stage since I was a boy. What must I do? Ah, perfetto. It is simple, and indeed natural. You need only react to your colleague's lines, and thus create a scene of unbearable, dramatic tension. Our performance is quite simple. The main character has just arrived in a remote town, and quite accidentally stumbled into a curious rehearsal, in which his fate will be decided. Who knows, perhaps he'll die at the end. It seems the performance has already started, and I'll be dragged in against my will. Is that all you have to say? Why do you stare like that? I see it in his eyes. His mind is looking for a line to mumble. I say we start the scene with a backhand across your face. I say again, he is no leading man. He is unfit to even play a villain. At best, a background player, a body standing there to fill the stage. It is the stepsy healer's son who ought to take the role, or that young girl who crawled out of her grave. They have such pathos and such verve. What does this one have? A coat. Is the rehearsal already starting, or is he just casually insulting me? Wonderful. The hero is lost. He no longer sees the boundary between his life and the play, between speaking and reading lines. Keep going. This is the beating heart of our play, the blur between reality and fiction. Let me read the script. So, the main character, a doctor and a skeptic, encounters the unknown for the first time. He built his whole life around empiricism and scientific inquiry. What will he do when death addresses him directly? But this isn't literal, right? A hero in a play speaking to death or the dead is usually just a metaphor, an illustration of his thought process. Well, if that makes it easier for you, we can say it's a metaphor. Play it ambiguously. Leave the audience guessing. But wait, I don't want to be a metaphor. I was promised I'd be the true voice of the dead. What kind of spoil sport ruins a play like this? I told you he couldn't hack it. That's it. I'm out. Metaphor. I'm confused. Are we still acting, or is he actually offended? Of course we're acting. You have aptly grasped the key to this play. It is all a game. You are free to go, but remember, the game doesn't end until I say so. But, Mr. Director, are you certain we've chosen the right protagonist? The rules of drama clearly state that the hero must experience death and resurrection, yet he's stuck in the prologue. Hear that? You're being reprimanded for letting the pace of the narrative slip. Not my opinion, you understand, but the audience's attention is starting to flag. Well then, go on and prove we weren't mistaken about you. I'll do my best. The world's a stage. What was that one? Oh. Oh no, the big city immersive theater and fourth wall-breaking gimmicks infiltrated this place as well. One aspect of progress I'd hoped to escape. Yeah, well, we're playing Mark's game now. Theater is just a relic of the past. Cinema is the real future of art. Impossible geometry. I found what looks like a stairway leading toward the heavens. How does it stay upright? I hope the children who stole my microscope are there. If you could travel through time, would you go to the future or the past? The past. I'd like to get to know the philosophers of antiquity. Grandpa Simon used to say that days are like hopscotch. Usually they go one after another, but sometimes there's two side by side, and sometimes you have to jump backwards. Does Simon Kind know many games? He's the only grown-up who gets games. Everyone thinks they're just silly things for kids, just running around or scoring a point. But Grandpa Simon knows how games should be. I bet he could even enter the polyhedron. And how should games be? If you went into the polyhedron, you'd understand. Whatever that thing is, I've been told I'll never see inside it. My place is with earthly matters, apparently. Answer me, did you steal my microscope? I did, yeah, but I gave it to Phil. He's over there, on the stairway. How do these stairs stand without support? They stand like the polyhedron does. You keep bringing up this polyhedron. Well, whatever sort of creature it is, it could wait until later. Alright, we're nearing where the demo ended. Well, the demo actually, like, time skipped after this scene, but I have a feeling that that was just for the sake of the demo. And I can't wait to actually get into new content. Well, what is it? Can you see the future? Let me look too. Gimme, gimme. Wait your turn, Pipsqueak. The dog heads look so good. Just let me take one look and then I'll give it back. Ew, there's a bunch of bugs and little hairs. Doesn't look like much of a future. Why are you using your dog's eye to look? You're not an animal, you know. Yeah, but an animal might see further, though. Need some help, kids? I can teach you how to use this thing. Here, let me show you. Oh, it's you. Here, thingamajig's busted. It doesn't show anything, just some bugs and weird little hairs. Maybe that is the future. Like in many, many years, nothing will remain of us on Earth but bugs and hair. It's very sad if you think about it. It only shows bugs and hairs because you're pointing it at bugs and hairs. See all those different glass pieces inside? Glass like this shows the future when you look through it. Everyone knows that. Grandpa Simon loved making all sorts of things with glass. I've only seen thingamajigs like this at his place. Why did you steal from Grandpa Simon, you bastard? That's why we stole it back from you. It's called justice. You know Simon Kine? I've come here to see him. What, you don't know, mister? He doesn't know. Spit it out, you monster! Where did you get this thingamajig from? What did you do to Simon? It was you, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Calm down, boy. Please don't shout. What's going on? What don't I know? Just give him back the thingamajig and let him go on his merry way. It's broken anyhow. Can't see any future at all. No. Grandpa Simon taught us. What doesn't take effort doesn't deserve effort. If we just give him back the thingamajig, there's no effort in that. Yeah, there is the option to trade away the pocket watch, but I think I wanna hold on to it if I can. But I'm going to select this option anyway. I have a pocket watch on a chain, and it definitely shows the future. Let's make a deal. Come on, let's see it. Ooh, nice. How does it show the future? With this, you'll always know what time it is. So you know what time it'll be in an hour, or 2, or even 3, which means you know the future. Oh, you're clever, mister. Alright, give us your watch. But show us how your thingamajig works, will ya? We're still curious. First, trade the watch for the for the microscope. Then I'll show you. What was that? Why did it open the map? Children near this... Wait, it highlighted for a second. Children near the stairways are willing to trade for me. Is that the case at... Oh, interesting! So all stairways to heaven are children trading locations. It seems like trading is going to be exclusive to dogheads, maybe? So there's 4 trading locations around town. That's pretty cool. Bartering. I'm sure it's simple enough. See, So I want this, and that's worth 3. What if I gave you a beetle instead of my pocket watch? Will you care? I scammed him. Back in the capital, 2 weeks ago. Seraphima.
Enough? No, not enough. Never enough.
Please, hold on a little longer. Even after inhalation therapy, the swelling won't go down immediately. Chief, finally, where have you been? The woman you rescued from the morgue is conscious, but she might not stay that way. She's still very weak. It's amazing that she's still standing with the amount of gas she inhaled. Step aside with me for a moment, Chief. I checked the morgue records. A body matching her description was declared dead last night. Don't awaken the thrill of the hunt just yet. If this is indeed what we both think it is, we need to keep cool heads. I'm not claiming it does, but imagine for a second. No, let's stick to the facts. I spoke to the orderly on duty last night. He also claimed our subject showed no signs of life, and Platon himself was there when she woke up. Our subject... Slow down, Seraphima. We don't yet have proof she meets Thanatica's criteria. We can't miss this opportunity. Unfortunately, the subject is having trouble speaking. All that time in gas has weakened her voice. I've rinsed her mucous membranes and performed inhalation therapy, but we can't conduct an extensive interview. Shame. A first-hand account could point us in the right direction, but there's always a physical examination or taking a sample. Or an examination of her personal belongings. She came into the morgue with some items, though I haven't had a chance to go through them myself. I left them on the table by the back entrance. Will you take a look, Chief? Perhaps there's a clue. Ma'am, would you allow us to examine your things? Hello? Do you remember me? I'm Bachelor of Medicine Daniil Dinkovsky, head of the Thanatica Laboratory. Last night I saved you from the site of a serious gas leak. The man with death eyes. I'm just a researcher into the problem of human mortality. I died. Tunnel after tunnel. Please remain calm. Before we can be sure of anything, I need to examine you. Anything? Oh wait, Q to enter... Q to enter inspection mode, that's new. Oh, there's a whole new way of examining patients. You used to be able to just click on an area and then it would the words would pop up, but you actually have to examine people now. The skin here is seriously damaged. I suspect it's due to her contact with the gas. Likely the same for her red eyes and mucosal burns. Same thing there. Bruising from repeated injections, the consequences of attempted resurrection? Same thing there. The skin here is seriously damaged. I suspect it's due to her contact with the gas. Likely the same for her red eyes and mucosal burns. Pale and gaunt, looks exhausted. I should take a look at her blood sample. I hope your blood test will tell us something. A disease affects various bodily systems. The microscope helps identify which organ is infected. Tissue samples are placed on glass slides. An assistant ensures that slides are sufficiently supplied. I wonder who my assistant's going to be in the town. I mean, we know about Yakov, but will Yakov really be doing this? Because I assume I could also use the microscope at the Stillwater. Will Eva be my assistant then as well? I can study collected samples under the microscope. To perform the test, I need reagents. The doctor themselves is in charge of their supply. Let's examine it. Microcosm. By adjusting magnification with W and S, I need to find red bacteria in the sample. Scroll to adjust the focus. It will allow me to see bacteria better. The lifespan of the culture is limited. That looks like the right layer. Just gotta get the right... That looks pretty good. There we go. Organ is affected. An unidentified pathogen has been found. Well, we're done there. I haven't had a look through your things yet. Seraphima, where did you say they were? On the table by the back entrance? Okay, let's examine her belongings. Our Lazarus personal effects from the morgue. Papers. They look official. Consent form for the experimental treatment at our institute. Morphine tourniquet? Chronic morphine addict? Or suffered from severe pain? 2 rings, obviously a pair. One would be too big for her. Husband left and took off the wedding ring? Herbs, not a bouquet. Looks medicinal. Self-medication with folk remedies? Together with the examination and tests, the picture is more or less complete. Our miraculously resurrected woman has a late-stage leukemia and injection marks on her body. Apparent death? Reaction to experimental drug? Lab got scared, didn't sort it out? Seraphima waits, and our subject needs rest. Time to come up with a diagnosis, even if it's preliminary.
You asked for it, you got it, Chief. You have too much of a spine.
So, Chief, have you shed any light on the case? I'm loath to jump to conclusions, but could Thanatica have discovered some genuine phenomena? So I don't know for sure. I can say she was a morphine addict. She was experimenting with a new drug. It could have been a suicide attempt or terminal illness. I think I'm going to go with that one. She has a terminal illness and seems to have been swinging from one extreme to the other, from self-treatment to turning to our institute. We don't know what medications she took and how they might have interacted with each other. I suppose so, but how do we explain the most astonishing part, the resurrection? Why did a gas leak revive the subject? Did you see the bruising from the intravenous injection? I bet it was adrenaline. Someone tried to restart her heart, but the dose was too small. When the gas leaked, the body released the adrenaline it was missing. So you think it was a mistake? The subject ended up in the morgue due to negligence? She wasn't actually dead yet, and by coincidence an unaccounted for factor revived her? I'm afraid so, I admit. I was hopeful as well, but No. Once again, no breakthrough for Thanatica. So that means she wasn't dead after all? The woman who supposedly came back to life? Alas. Then what's your microscope even for? Doesn't show the future, doesn't raise the dead, it's just a toy, really. Sometimes I ask myself the same question. Alright, if we can't see the future in the glass, then we're off. We've got important things to do after all. As do I. I'll leave my things at my temporary lodgings, then head to the Crucible to see Simon. I'm ready. Got the microscope. One doesn't need mysticism to see the world through a different lens. Wonder lives on your fingernails, as Seraphima says. I've overcome the town's first hurdle. If I keep up this momentum, my trip won't take long. We can still trade? Oh, that's the beetle. So, I believe something's supposed to happen? There we go. Yeah, just like Seraphima and Platon, we have another new character in the story. And he's a giant, and he lives in the abattoir, and that's the lore. That's the lore we're going with. Oh, Inspector. Yeah, another thing. We didn't see this with Grief, but when we talk to people there, we could see a character trophy in a brief bio. The Inspector of the Special Committee. He was sent to investigate the case of my criminal negligence. Supposedly, I didn't save a town in the east of our country where a plague outbreak occurred, and didn't even try. He's luring me into a trap. His folder is full of deliberately false data. He's not interested in the truth, but in the downfall of Bachelor Daniel Dinkowski. He is my enemy.
My bird soars high with grace and cheer, but oh, what if it falls, my dear?
Enough. Why are you drowning me in details, Bachelor? Street kids stealing your microscope is an amusing anecdote, but it's not the crime we sat down to discuss 2 hours ago. 2 hours and 15 minutes ago, to be exact. Focus. I'm only interested in what's important. But you asked what I was doing in the town. And you recounted every step. What's next? How you chopped carrots for soup or knocked mud off your boots? When I asked for precision, I didn't mean an exhaustive recounting of your little finger's every twitch. Perhaps you and I have different notations of what's important, Inspector. You know what I especially dislike? When an obviously intelligent man feigns foolishness to derail an investigation. I'm offended and embarrassed for you. We both know you're not a fool. Stop wasting my time and your own. I just wanted to recount everything in order, from beginning to end. The beginning doesn't interest me. My concern is the ending, the result, the finale. As for your backstory, your genesis, all that is in the case file. Shall we review it? Yes, please. I'm quite curious as to what it contains. Let's see. Where was it? Ah, yes. The ministerial inspection of your lab, Thanatica, began in early September. Your presence was required at all times. Instead, you dashed off across the country to a backwater town to bring back what might be described as... Yes, an immortal man. Let's set your fantasies aside for a moment. The important part is that you fled from the investigation. And this town had an outbreak of some fever the scientific community had no knowledge of. As luck would have it, you were the only medical professional on site. Accurate so far? Well, not inaccurate. The devil's in the details. You appear to be setting a trap. On the third day, the town's leaders gathered in the town hall to form an emergency command to fight the epidemic. And what was Daniel Dinkowski, who was, I repeat, the only qualified specialist in town, doing that day? What's that? Your lip is trembling. Did I unsettle you? Your tricks won't work on me. You're right to feel ashamed. Instead of fulfilling your Hippocratic oath and leading the fight against the plague, You were engaged in what? Come on. Don't look at the table. My eyes are up here. I know where you're going with this, Inspector. It says I tried to flee the town. On the 4th day, the town lost its water supply. They required a hospital, but the one person who could set it up, what was he doing? Tell me, Demkovsky, where did you spend the 4th and 5th days? In a jail cell. That's what your papers say, right? Come the evening of the 4th day, the doctor from the capital attempts to flee the dying town on a cargo train. Like a rat, he is caught and jailed. And there he remains as the plague ravages the town. I admit, I find even the act of reading about it repugnant. I won't lie, I considered escape. Escape, not flight. The Attica was in the process of being destroyed back in the capital. You considered escape to avoid facing a painful truth. When I came to the town, I found that Simon Kine, the immortal man on whom I pinned all my hopes, was dead. Oh wow, perspective switch. But when the epidemic began, you could have saved others. You're a doctor. You swore an oath. Why did you abandon the ordinary townsfolk? Simon Kine's nature, the mystery of his immortality and death, that's the most important thing that happened in this little town. And to me. But I can't just relay it to you. To understand, one must immerse themselves in the details, take in the full picture. Simon Kine's death is the primary concern. Not the deaths of tens of thousands, but one fantastical old man. My, Bachelor. My. No, you're twisting it. You're rewriting the past. Where did I lie exactly? Point it out. I'll tell you what really happened. On the 3rd day, at the town hall. No, I know your plan. Once again, you will drown me in unnecessary details. Leave aside your stories of children and microscopes. I told you, I'm interested in the ending, not the beginning. You don't seem to be interested in the truth. Rather, you revel in the opportunity to flex your power over me. You will recount everything in the order I tell you to. On the 6th day, the plague destroyed the town. So, if you would be so kind, explain to me what you were doing on the 5th day. Were you really so indifferent to the plights of the people around you? The town couldn't have perished on the 6th day. I was there for 12. There's an error in your report. You disappoint me, Bachelor. I'll ask again. On the 5th day in the town, what were you doing? The 5th day? Let me think. Okay, so we are following along. Oh, wait, this is new. Oh, wow. Things really went to shit by the 5th day. The cutscenes look so good. Also, there was someone back there in the station on, what, day 1? Was there something I missed? Here we go, that was our intro. Pathologic 3. Is that a correct location for the polyhedron to be in? These cutscenes look phenomenal, honestly. Rest in peace. Holy shit. Day 5, in which the Bachelor will grab the only remaining thread that may lead to Simon Kine. The end of the beginning. I'm never leaving this place. They trapped me in this bloody town, and now I'm trapped in a jail cell. Well then, we're on to day 5 now. I didn't think that the, Oh, you can trade near the polyhedron as well. I didn't think that, this part of the demo was actually part of the full game. I assume that we just suddenly skipped to day 5 just to show off some more gameplay and other stuff. But no, it seems like we do indeed pick up off where the demo starts off. I mean, well, ends off. And the demo actually ended off pretty open-ended, because as soon as you finish the quest here, you're allowed to travel to town, but they only let you go to Isidore's house. So I wonder if we'll actually be able to explore. But, we've been at it for a while. And we did finish the prologue in day 1, so that's gonna be it for this episode, because that's what we're doing here, episodes. Thank you all for joining me in Pathologic 3. I know we haven't seen all too much news so far, but just to wait. Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching, and goodbye.